So yeah, please check that out. And also check us out. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, Total LiveNet, all those sites. But looks like we're gonna be back up. Marana going down to half health already. She's gonna have to pop some reach and also has the wards. They were expecting her. I guess they wanted to be able to block out the pull, but she's not gonna be able to get in there anytime soon. She's gonna have to ward up, hopefully by the 2-minute mark, or else Sand King's not gonna know what that 2-minute rune is gonna be.
Yeah, I guess there was probably a little bit too much pressure. I wasn't really checking that because I was looking at more at the lineup early on. There were too many heroes around the top area that prevented her from placing the ward up. She was a little bit scared to go up there. Just getting harassed to hell by just this Venomancer alone. So it's going to mean the Slardars farming well, but the creep equilibrium has already been kind of upset, so they actually are going to have to pull on the Dire. Slardar won't just be able to free farm until then, and Potom will be able to pick up some much needed experience. Meanwhile, Venomancer and Crystal Maiden are both still level 1, so it's unlikely that they'll be able to get a kill on the Marana until they hit level 2. Well, actually, Venomancer does have level 2 now, but actually opting to go for the wards. So really want to push this tower early, I guess, instead of going for the Poison Sting, which, you know, with the 2 combined for the slow, they'd be able to most likely get a kill. Meanwhile, though, Sand King actually does have 2 points in Caustic, so he's really giving this Tiny a hard time. As you can see, if Tiny even manages to deny something, Sand King just makes sure he hits it with the 8-second duration on Caustic. It doesn't even really matter that much if Tiny's denying, because he's going to take so much harassment from denying that he's really just going to get dominated in this lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tiny checking up the rune at top is not, his bottle is here, so he's going to be bottle crowing. He did not get a chance to pick up the rune. Regen picked up by Puck. But what do you think about this whole Leshrac being the support hero in this tri lane? Usually we see more commonly, at least in the North American scene, we would see Leshrac most commonly mid or as part of the farmer in a tri lane. But in this case, he's a support hero. What is your thoughts on Leshrac run as a support hero?
Yeah, it still works pretty well. Usually when you do this, Leshrac is solo supporting, kind of. Like you would have something like a jungling hero, like a Chen, and then the Leshrac just supports, because with just 1 point in Diabolic Edict, he can actually keep the opposing hero back. I mean, Edict at level 1 does something like 300 damage, so it's enough that, yeah, there's no way that someone can stand and come into the lane if you skip behind the creeps and then pop Edict to harass them off. Here it's a little bit more weird, because they're not getting the advantage of the jungling hero. But I guess they just... Maybe they wanted just wanted to have Leshrac just for the Edict. I mean, he's still going to be pretty good. I certainly don't like it as much. It's kind of like the Windrunner, when you put Windrunner in a side lane support. It's not very optimal, but sometimes you do it just so that the other team doesn't have it, and just so you'll have it later on. Because obviously the Edict will still eventually be good at pushing down towers, even if the levels in it come a little slow. But he actually is opting to level the stun first, so really going support heavy, I guess. Yeah, I don't really like that too much, to be honest. I think it would have been a lot better as the Vengeful Spirit.
Oh no! Sand King taking a lot of damage in middle, but he's not going to be able to go down. Tiny almost popped him, but what he did...
Marana is actually going to die top for first blood.
Oh, first blood. Oh, okay, that at least counteracts that. But in middle, do you see what Sand King has in his bottle?
Oh, wow.
Tiny dropped the bottle on the ground for some reason, and he picked it up. He used Burrow Strike to slide past Tiny and pick up the bottle. So that's 600 gold completely lost for this Tiny, and a huge advantage now to this Sand King. I mean, the first time he gets back to base and he has 2 bottles fully charged, he's going to be rocking that middle lane. That is just, I mean, he almost died for it, but it was definitely worth it. Really well played, and a little bit of a silly mistake. Looks like we see an Invis pick up at bottom by this Sand King. He might actually be able to kill him if he pops his invis and a charge, which he does. He's gonna be able to have a stun, and if he hits the stun and also a caustic finale, that Tiny is definitely gonna be able to go down. With level 2, it's 130 damage. There he goes. He pops it. Nice play. One more hit and Tiny's gonna go down. Very well played by this solution player.
Yeah, it's exactly how you're supposed to do it. I was going to say, if I had the chance to beforehand, but never got to, that, yeah, you want to hit the creep first and then stun, so that the caustic will cause it to explode. Or you could actually, if the hero's next to a ranged creep, you stun and then hit the ranged creep afterwards, actually, to get the explosion. But he did it perfectly there, and got a nice kill. Looks like the Dire's off to a strong lead here between the first blood top, and the bottle advantage, and the Sand King getting a kill in the mid. It's going to be really tough for this Tiny, because, you know, Tiny is certainly an item-dependent hero. You want him to get to that blink as soon as possible, and now he's at 5 minutes minutes and has just gotten a bottle again. So he's going to be really behind on his boots and then his blink, which is going to make it a lot more difficult for the Radiant to set up good ganks. But I guess, I don't know, as long as they can just play kind of defensively and not give away too many kills, they should have a chance with their superior late game. We'll see if they can manage to pull it out. And once Tide does get level 6, it's going to be really difficult for the Dire just to group up and push. Pushing into a title, obviously very difficult. So the Radiants, or the Dire is going to have to rely on a lot more ganking, which hopefully the Radiant will have up more wards than they do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They were a little lacking in vision. Fortunately, Mirana, I mean, I like the way they're pushing, but she's level 4 already. She's getting all the experience she really needs. Besides that one death, you know, they just keep pushing the lane, and they're not really doing very much chip damage for how much experience they're giving away to this Mirana. I mean, the tower has only taken 300 damage. And Mirana's level 4. I don't really feel that's worth it. I think they really should have tried and kept the line back for a while and have, once Venomancer has like level 3 wards, try and push. That's definitely something they're really lacking on this team, is they have very, very early game, a great team fight all around, but they're just really lacking. Now Slider is going to be diving on this Mirana. Mirana already blowing the leaf. She's definitely going to be going down there. So they pick up another kill up at top. So this Slider is just loving life right now. He's currently got, what's his GPM? He's got 359.
There's actually going to be a kill on the Tiny in the mid too, between the Venomancer and Sand King.
Oh no, Tiny. Tiny's just hurting so bad, losing his bottle, dying twice in a row. This Dire's just cleaning up right now. They almost have a 2,000 gold lead already, 7 minutes in the game. That is huge.
Yeah, that's almost insurmountable, actually, 1,000 gold per minute difference. Yeah, I really don't like, though. I agree the Dire strategy, getting the level 2, or getting wards at level 2 on the Venomancer and kind of trying to push top. And then they kind of just abandoned it. They eventually sent the Venomancer down bottom, where early level in wards makes more sense because you can get vision off to the left. Ooh, Tide might go down, but actually he's going to turn around now as the Leshrack's going to run in. The support is going to come, but Tide will go down first. It's likely this puck will fall to the Edict. Nice shift, but it's not going to be enough, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. Don't think they'll oh, they might actually pursue the Venomancer, but with the creep wave there, it'll be too risky, and they decide not to.
Yeah, that's another thing. A Drow maxing out the Frost Arrow. Sometimes we only see her get 1 or 2 levels in it, but she's maxing it out completely. 1 level of Silence and then 1 level in the Aura. What do you think about that? Should she have gone more damage-orientated build, or do you think the Frost Arrows are really going to pay off once this mid-game starts rolling in and they have a lot of team fights going down?
I think they just wanted it against the Slider. You know, one of Slider's strongest strengths, it's a little redundant, one of his biggest strengths is his ability to run in so quickly with sprint and then get a good crush off, but with high-level Frost Arrows, it's going to be really difficult. Tide actually being a little bit too aggressive here, though, and he's actually going to lead to 2 deaths on his team, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he'll be able to get out because he's so tanky, but the Leshrack does pay for it, and I don't know, he might still die as well. Drow can't really run up because she's so low health, and Puck will have another orb in here in 2 seconds. Actually, I think all 3 of them might just die. Puck just waiting for the orb. No, Tide is going to live, but the Drow pays for it with his life, which is definitely not the trade you want on your carry. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I think they're just getting it to kind of counter the Slardar. If you can put the high-level Frost Arrows on him when he tries to run in with Sprint, he's going to take the extra damage from Sprint and not actually get any of the bonus from it. So I assume that's why they went with it. But she is going to be lacking the damage. I guess they were counting on the Leshrack and Tiny basically to make up for it in the mid-game, but...
Yeah, as it stands right, this Tiny really isn't going to be doing much of anything. 0-2 and losing 600 gold right off the start is nowhere you want to be as a Tiny. And, you know, just as things, you know, were sort of turning around, they picked up that kill. They traded a Slardar for a Puck, which is a really good trade for their point.
And Tiny's going to go
pretty
down
much
mid,
all
actually.
down. Oh, Tiny. Meanwhile, at bottom, Venomancer is going to go down here, but they might get a trade kill on this Tidehunter. They do. And now the Puck is getting chased down. He throws the ult, trying to dodge damage, or goes out. Nice job. And Drow wisely switches over to the Crystal Maiden. They're going to be able to pick up those 2 kills. So a 2-for-2 trade, pretty much. Tiny goes down in middle, but they pick up 2 kills at bottom in exchange for the Tidehunter. Sand King doing work on this. Oh, he barely gets the stun off. He pops smoke way too close. He's not going to be able to get away. It's just pretty much a chasing game at this point. 1 more hit. There he goes to Tiny, teleporting in, but I don't think they're going to go slow enough. Sand King landed up on this drop. They might be able to get the kill. 1 more hit. Sean, where's the stun? Tiny coming in now. But look at Sand King. He is so tanky now, and now he's going for another kill. He's going to hit the stun. Can Veno hit the slow in time? He chooses to throw a ward instead, and it looks like they're not going to be able to pick that up. Tide slowing the Venomancer now. Alright, and it looks like that's going to be it. They're just going to take some creep harassment and back down. Meanwhile, at top, Mirana's finally gone up there. But really, Slardar, just at any point, he's tanky enough that he can dive the tower. And Mirana's going to have to keep that lead very closely to her heart and stay away from that Slardar as much as possible.
More
action at bottom.
Yeah, the Sand King looked like he wanted to go back in. The Sand King's actually been doing a really good job of switching his boots. He switched his boots to Intelligence to be able to get that stun on the Drow, even though it wasn't actually enough to get a kill, and then immediately switched back as he stunned in, back to Strength, so that he would have more tankability in case anything happened. So I'm really happy to see some nice high-level play from him in that regard, something that I'm usually too lazy to do. Although I guess in this case it was really necessary. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Slardar's going to go on the Mirana. Mirana using her ult to try to escape, but it doesn't really do anything, and she just dies. So
yeah, with that, if you guys didn't know, amplify damage does give vision to invis units, so not really working out for him. But I mean, just looking at this gold graph, 4,000 now for the Dire. That's just an insanely 11 minutes in. The only real hope is this Drow, who really isn't farming as well as, you know, she's 40 and 12 right now, which is decent considering the huge amount of action that's been going down bottom, you know, especially with that one death. But she does have Midas. So they're hoping to just boost her farm very, very quickly. It's just, I don't think it's going to work out very much for them. Top's going to go down here fairly soon. And Slardar's going to be able to pick up, he's already got his Vanguard. Once he picks up a BKB, he's just going to be able to charge in, and it doesn't matter. Nice. Taking away the tower now, chasing around down the Mirana. She has one leaf. She has to try and dodge the stun. No. Slardar's not feeling confident enough to dive the tier 2. Now at bottom, we might see a little bit of action. Puck looking like he's trying to set up something for his ult. But they're going to wisely back off here. Drow, Tidehunter is about to be level 6, and that could be a nice little changing point for this bottom lane, because really just all their lanes are hurting so badly, and they're just slowly losing the game pretty much at this point.
Yeah, the Sand King actually does pick up his Blink, so that is a pretty big turn of events. However, yeah, I wanted to say something about this Tide, though. Tide is actually really good against Blink initiators like Earthshaker or Sand King, because if they initiate in on you, you know, using Blink in the Epicenter or Blink in the, what is it, Echo Slam, usually Kraken Shell is going to immediately pop, you're going to get unstunned, and you can pop your ult, countering the initiation. Drow, just barely dodges the illusory orb.
Barely dodging that orb, but he's going to go down anyway. Sand King, nice little pick off by him. They had the wards for vision. The moment Drow tried to go and mess with the neutrals. Now Tide is completely trapped. He does have his ultimate, so if he can get some TPs in when they try and dive, this could turn out okay for him. But no, they're going to go straight for him, and no ult is coming out yet. No teleports. Nothing coming out from the other team. They knew he was being dove. That was definitely a huge buffer of time where he could have communicated to his team, look guys, I need help right now. They're going to be diving on me, and it didn't happen, and that could have been a potential little turnaround for them.
But like I was saying, he doesn't actually have 1 point in Kraken Shell at this point. Usually, especially against a team with this much initiation, when you're behind, I really think you need to get 1 point in Kraken Shell, because then, you know, in that situation where he was stunned there, he could have, the Kraken Shell would have triggered, and he would have actually been able to get his ult off. Now, in that situation, he didn't actually want to use his ult since none of his team came, but even if his team had come, he would have actually just been killed before he could ever get his ult off, which is not something you like to see. Normally, I would expect, you know, 1 point in Kraken Shell, 1 point in Anchor Smash, just to guarantee that you get that debuff removal and are able to get your ult off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very, very critical mistake by him, not getting that. But hopefully he can get some levels here and be able to fix that mistake fairly soon. Sand King looping around the back, but the tower did see him. But he pops the regen. They're all ready to set. They're going to be just pushing down this tier 2 via team fights pretty much. I mean, they have an overwhelming advantage. They could just take down whatever heroes they want. Sand King, look at him. He's just going to mess with this guy. Oh, Puck throwing the orb, and now he's trapped, and he's going to go down here. There's nothing that can get him out at this point. Sand King coming in with the ultimate huge play. Going to be able to take down 2 heroes easily. Tidehunter about to go down. They're trying to pop this Sand King. He almost has Sandstorm. He's going to be able to dodge a little bit of damage, and he is going to be able to get out from there. Burrow Strike, and the Blink is up. Tiny getting too close. He does pick up the CM kill, but Sand King now diving in. Mirana, no health. Can't she turn around and do this? Well, the Sand King just has too much, and he's going to have to back off for fear of a Burrow Strike kill. And meanwhile, this whole entire time, Slardar is just farming away at top.
Yeah, he's going to be going straight to BKB after his Vanguard and Treads versus standard Slardar build, and already being level 11, he's just going to have a huge impact on these fights. He's going to be able to run in basically by himself, not be contested because the Radiant just doesn't have enough damage to actually tickle him at this point. So yeah, it's gonna be really tough once he actually decides to start fighting. Radiant able to pick up a couple kills in team fights at this point, fighting 4 versus 5, but once it's actually 5 versus 5, it's... Yeah, assuming the Dire doesn't wait too long, which I'm sure that they won't, it should be very easy for the Dire to turn these fights. Obviously, if they give the Radiant enough time, eventually this Drow with a Midas will farm up, but I don't know, when Drow's Midas treads, well, Slardar almost has a BKB finish, it's not going to be enough. And speaking of Slardar, getting a kill top from the Mirana, just a little bit too easily.
Yeah, a hasted Sand King on top of pretty much a hasted Slardar at this point. Nice! Picking up, finally we're going to see that Sand King go down, but Tiny's going to pay for it with his life. He is completely trapped on all sides. And he's going to be able to go down for that kill. Meanwhile, they're just going to be able to keep forcing this thing. You know, I was hoping to see in middle, Tidehunter really miscalculated a little bit of damage. Could have gotten the deny on the tower, but missed out on that. And so now there's just a huge amount of gold, both from taking towers, and top's going to go down here. Middle just went down. A huge influx of gold. For this Dire team, and yeah, absolutely, we're gonna see BKB just like any moment now from this tower kill, and they're just, I mean, look at them, they're 3v whatever in middle. It's 3v3 right now, but really it could be anything because these heroes are just so farmed up, have so many levels on them that they're able to do this over and over and over again. They're just able to force 3-on-5, 4-on-5, while Sardar's just farming away, and hopefully now that he's gonna be able to pick up his BKB in 20 gold. We're going to see him coming into these fights a little bit more readily over farming. Because really, I mean, I know I said their time is limited, but at this point, the way this is going, I think they could just farm forever and still win this game. Drow is so far behind. Silence going off from the Crystal Maiden. Slardar coming in. Nice ult coming in from the Puck. Tidehunter throws a nice ultimate from there. Slardar's going to go down. Now Puck coming in, trying to do what she can. Oh, orbing in way too far in. She's not going to be able to pick up anything off of that. So now they pick up a Slardar kill for pretty much nothing. So nice little exchange in favor of the Radiant. Finally, Arrow going off, trying to pick off somebody. But, oh, Sand King is now going back in with his Dagon. Oh, my goodness. And now Sand King trying to get out. Leshrank already blown the stun. They're not going to be able to pick up that kill. So a Dagon on Sand King. That just feels trollish. I mean, they're just crushing this team so far. Epicenter coming in. He's going to be able to pop this Leshrac easily. Now jumping on the Tiny. One more hit. Venomancer almost goes down. Ultimate from CM gets canceled by the Silence. Now Sand King going back in, waiting for the Burrow Strike. He needs to be able to Burrow Strike off the cliff, but he doesn't get it off. And now it feels like they're just, I mean, they're just so far ahead. They're just like, let's go for these kills. Why not? We'll probably die, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of throw there, but yeah, that team fight was all courtesy of a really good Tide ult, actually, and now the Tide ult is down, the Dire will just be able to take this tower pretty easily, I think. Slardar actually made a bit of a mistake there. In addition to dying, he actually easily had enough money to buy his BKB. He didn't buy it before, and he had a few seconds where he probably realized he was going to die and after getting hit by the Tide ult, and he should have picked up his BKB there as well. So unfortunately, he is now 400 gold short of it, and he's going to have to wait a little bit longer until he can pick it up. But I'm sure it'll work out for him anyway. Obviously, I think being the top gold per minute in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they are so far ahead, but still, at this level, you need to start making some serious gold conservation choices. And just every single time you have the gold to be able to buy those items. I mean, quick buy is your friend. If you guys don't know, that little slot, that black slot above your inventory, you can put items in there. And then just, for me, it's Control B. And buy the item the moment you have the gold, the moment you think you're gonna go down. I mean, as a support hero, it's so key to be able to do that. I just always have wards in there, and if I'm about to go down, but Venomancer might go down here. Leshrac taking a huge amount of damage. Nice stun combo from Tiny coming in, trying to do work, but they're so tanky. It's just way too much. Lardar's cleaning up on the Drow. She's easily going to go down here. One more hit. There she goes. Now he's going to be chasing the Tidehunter. Mirana stuck on the ledge. Now tries to pop the Puck. Nice dodge by this Puck. And Tidehunter isn't even going to make it to the towers. Meanwhile, Tiny's in trouble. He picks up a kill, but he's going to get taken down by Sand King. And Mirana goes down. Nice little dodge by this Puck. Completely dodging the Starfall by this Mirana, especially since the fact that that phase shift is no longer, you can't right click it to automatically dodge missiles and that such. So well done, good use of that. And looks like we're gonna see this middle tier 2 tower going down easily from completely wiping that team fight and still having a couple of heroes up.
Yeah, I really love Quick Buy. It's an amazing feature, and I don't know how long this has been implemented either, but it now makes the little sound whenever you get enough money to buy something on there too, which is just kind of neat.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah, yeah. It makes a little coin sound. Slaughter gonna get hit with an arrow here, but they're not gonna be able to kill him. He has too much health. Although maybe with the TP in, wow, Ravage just for Slaughter. I don't know if that's gonna be such a good idea. He just pops the BKB and is gonna sprint out here without any trouble. CM's gonna come in and freeze someone and pay for it with her life. I think she could have probably just ran as well. But regardless, there was a pretty questionable Ravage from the Tide. But yeah, really neat little feature on the quick buy now. It makes this like ching or something like that, so you know you have enough to buy an item from it.
Huh, that is awesome. I'm gonna have to listen to that for the next time. But yeah, you're right, CM dying needlessly, pretty much. I mean, Tiny still doesn't have his Blink Dagger. We're gonna see it up very shortly here. 300 gold. Maybe if they can take this tower, they might be able to. I mean, forcing fights is not what they want right now. Sand King's already level 16. He's going to be able to go in with this Epicenter, cleaning up heroes left and right. Easily 2 heroes to be able to pop off. But Epicenter doesn't actually go off. But still, look at all the damage he's putting out. Dagon cleaning up heroes left and right. Slardar going to isolate the Tiny and take him out easily while they're going to chase the Drowned Tidehunter. Tidehunter, only person left now, and he's easily going to be able to clean up. 3 more seconds for a Burrow Strike. And he's going to go down here, and they're going to be able to take this tier 2 tower and possibly do some chip damage to the tier 3. I mean, it's early in, 21 minutes in, so everybody has pretty much a 30-second revive time. So they're going to be back very, very shortly. So I don't think they'll be able to take racks or anything, but they will be able to do some serious work on the towers at least.
Yeah, I guess Sand King just get a little... I mean, they are complaining about having some problems with lag, so I guess it could have been that. But it really shouldn't matter too much, because as a Sand King, you should always know to Epicenter and then you shift to queue up the Blink. But yeah, failing that a little bit there, but it didn't really matter anyway. So yeah, that's just, I guess, when you know you're too far ahead is when your Sand King messes up a very good and easy Epicenter, and you still come out 5-1 in a team fight. Maybe it's time that the other team should concede, but I don't know. They're all playing for pride at this point, and all would like to take down the top prize. So, oh.
Absolutely, Sand King jumping in, nice toss backwards, and might be able to finish off the Sand King. Dagon 2 goes off in the drown, instantly cleaned up. Sand King with the mech is going to be able to survive. Now Marauder's in trouble, leaping away. The BKB on Slardar, just nobody can stop him. And look how far they're diving. He's just going to 3-shot this Marauder easily. Pock picks up the kill, but the stun, where's the stun? It's already down, and now Slardar's going to be able to back away. Just barely dodging out on that death. And look at them. I mean, they're just diving practically the fountain at this point of the game. 22 minutes in. Another sign is that SK, who is going to be epicentering, is going to go on the Tidehunter, cleaning up both of those kills. Dagon 2, he's going to be able to pick up Dagon 3 right now and buy Dagon 4 shortly. I mean, he's just crushing everybody. He's just, let's just, for the heck of it, 20,000 gold lead. That's pretty much gaining 1,000 gold on your opponents every minute the game has gone on. That is just insane.
Yeah, and actually Dire still have all of their tier 1 towers, so I mean that's a lot to do with it when you have 7 of the opposing teams towers now, and you've actually lost 1. They did deny the top tower just now. I'm actually questioning that decision-making process a little bit. I think you could go for the clean sweep, pressuring that top lane, never let them get close enough to your tower to have to deny it. But decided they would be kind and give the Radiant a little bit of gold there. That'll help Mirana, you know, finish her boots, whether she decides to go for phase or treads. I guess we'll see in 25-minute mark or something like that.
Oh man, I didn't even notice. She has no upgraded boots. That is just... And Leshrac doesn't have any boots at all.
Oh, really?
Holy cow. Let's go over the items here. That's just insane. I mean, you've got Midas and Morbid Master, Lifesteal. And that's pretty much it. They've got Arcane Boots and Blink Dagger. And that's pretty much it. That's all the items on the Radiant side. Meanwhile, Venomancer taking a lot of damage. One more hit. Nice arrow coming out. Can they pick it up? Nice Puck coming in with a huge ultimate. Now Sand King's to be able to clean up heroes left and right with his double damage plus Dagon 4. Zap goes Puck's Dagon. He has his own now on top of the Blink Dagger. Oh my goodness. Now Tiny, he's trying to get out. Nice Blink. He's going to be able to go home scot-free for that one. Very nice. But over on the Dire side, we got Arcane Boots, we got BKBs and Armlets, we got a whole bunch of Dagons, Dagon 4 from Sand King, Dagon 1 on Puck, and even the CM has drums. is just insane. Tide Hunter. Oh man, this Tiny. I thought they were going on the Tide Hunter from my mini-map, but Tiny just gets crushed by level 4 Dagon. And they are no problem taking this Rax. And I did not know you speak German. I mean, it makes sense that you live in France. You know, you'll know some foreign languages. But
wait, where'd you get the I speak German from?
What? Well, I just presumed from. I presumed all the chat was in German. I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, I wasn't chatting in German.
All right, Epicenter coming in, tanking. Trying to jump on this Leshrac. He's going to be able to pick up the Mirana kill, and there. Oh my goodness, Dagon War. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the chat at all, so occasionally I would just look at it and I would see a whole bunch of German going down. I was just like, oh, I didn't know he spoke German. I thought you were reading this.
French maybe, not so much German. But yeah, I'm actually a little bit disappointed with the Slardar for going for Armlet instead of Dagon himself. I think if you're going 2 Dagons, you really got to go all in and go 3 or 5 of them. But yeah, whatever. I guess he can't be faulted. He wanted to go for a real item build and just end the game, but still.
Well, I hate to go all chat on you, but 3 or 5, not 4. 4 is a no bueno.
Yeah. Well, I mean 3 because you really have 2 support heroes. You can't exactly expect them to pick up Dagons. Whereas you have basically you always have your 3 core heroes who are going to get a lot of items. So you could expect them to get them. Or if you're really going to go past that, you have to have all 5 people get Dagons.
Nice recovery. I liked it. When Chappie called me out on that, I was like, yeah, because the odds. You don't want to have evens defending the tower. You want odds. I just made up some total random bullshit. But alright, they're going to be cleaning up heroes left and right. This is going to be the game 1 easily cleaning this up. And hopefully we'll be able to get into another round 2 because this game was just so fast. Leshrac going to be able to pick up the Venom kill at least. But really, they just need to sit in the fountain and let the throne die at this point because ending the game with 30,000, so over 1,000 gold pickup per minute. It's just steady decline. Down. Oh my goodness. Dagon 5. And the throne's going to be able to clean up. So, alright guys, that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and go back and try and find another game. And just stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're just going to go talk to admin, see if we can get another round 2 so we can get as much coverage as possible for you guys. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching.